Hello people, how are you doing? I know I've really been on YouTube for a short while. The reason being is that I was actually spending some time marketing the derealization and depersonalization film that I made a couple of weeks back. If you've not seen it, check it out. I know it's quite long, but anyone that's suffering from brain fog, I'm sure it's going to help you quite a lot. Just, camera looks a little bit dirty. So in this video, what I wanted to talk about is how nutritional balancing can, well, how your health basically and overcoming your health problems can actually be a blessing in disguise. And although you might be feeling really bad at this present time, there's a big chance that you'll look back on this period of time as a huge turning point and a huge lesson, and it's actually does you a lot of good. So as many of you know, I pretty much grew up in a very scientifically based climate. I was not exposed to any sort of religion. I got brought up thinking that we can eat what we want, do what we want, live how we want, and life is just going to be hunky-dory, everything's fine. Obviously I end up suffering from some pretty extreme health conditions, and you know, some very difficult times, a lot of depression, a lot of brain fog, derealization, completely detached from reality for a lot of the times, and basically it was like a living hell for, you know, 7, 8, 9 years at least. And when I was doing the Nutritional Balancing program, I did find that when I first started it and I started getting into it, what I did notice is that a lot of my inner kind of feelings, when I was reading the articles on Dr. Wilson's website, they was resonating with me quite a lot, and I was thinking, wow, you know, I'm not going insane. There's an inner part of me that's thinking, surely this is not what life is all about, you know, surely there's something else to life, surely it's not as just confusing and as strange as and just not loving as what it is. And reading Dr. Wilson's articles for me was a massive eye-opener. It was just like, wow, you know. So I suppose that's the first step and the first stage that people go through, is just this awareness of, wow, life is not what I expected it to be. Life's not what I've been brought up to think it is. In reality, this seems to be the truth. You know, I'm not too sure about it yet because I haven't experienced it, but from what I'm reading and what I'm watching, this seems to be really truthful and resonating with me in such a way. So I think that's the first step, is that sudden awakening of wow, this is just not what it seems, and the world is really kind of mixed up and messed up. But there's some difficult times in that. You know, a lot of people call it spiritual depression. Some people even go as far as calling it spiritual madness, whereby you get depressed basically because the world wasn't what you thought it was, and you've got to integrate yourself into this new way of thinking, and it's challenging because not a lot of the people around you don't think like that. So I've definitely suffered from spiritual depression, and it's even difficult now sometimes when I'm moving into different stages of awareness, and you know, you get this kind of depression, but on the whole it's a very positive thing. And at the end of the day, I would never have come across it if I wasn't ill, if I wasn't sick. I would never have forced myself to look in a different direction, to look elsewhere, and to seek something new. So as you move through the Nutritional Balancing program and your energy improves and you get better and better and your brain fog clears up, derealization clears up, you begin to feel more clear, feel more energetic, even more energetic than what you did before you got sick. But at the same time, you've got these new thought processes, this new awareness of not only yourself but of other people. Like, you're in a position now where you understand how other people are thinking, you understand how other people are feeling, and that would never have happened if you never got sick. You would never even be in that position where now you can help other people. So me now, I am, incredibly aware and healthy and energetic and a lot more happier than what I was. But I've got this new awareness of what the world's really like and how things can improve, and finance and other health conditions. It's forced me to seek out new friendships. It's forced me to reevaluate how I relate to my family and friends. It's forced me to reevaluate how I look after myself, how, it's improved my self-esteem, it's improved my self-confidence, it's gave me a drive to, not focus on just earning money, for example, but to focus on providing service and purpose and mission. And at the end of the day, none of this would have happened if I wouldn't have been sick. So it's just a short video to kind of, give people this understanding that maybe illness and sickness is not there to stop you from living your life or as some sort of a hindrance of life. Maybe it's there to wake you up. Maybe that's the real reason for illness, and sickness. It's to wake you up, to make you see things from a different perspective. It's, in a way, if you think, if you understand that the world has a certain truth to it, there's certain truths of the world and certain rules of the world that you could say God created or the universe or whatever, but there's certain rules that life seems to need to stick to, and if them rules aren't stuck to, you get ill health. So maybe ill health is just showing you that you're not living the truth of the world, and when you do start living the truth of the world, because you're doing what is you're following the rules of this earth plane, then you reap the rewards. You reap the rewards of happiness. That's all anyone's really searching for, is happiness. That's what life is all about. It's about being happy. It's very, very simple, and it's what everyone wants. And you need to realize that the human organism is literally designed to be happy. It's not designed to be sick. It's designed to be happy. And the healthier you get, you don't have to think about being, happy when you dance. Like, it just happens. Like, you don't have to think about enjoying yourself in front of your friends. It just happens. You don't have to think about how to approach someone of the opposite sex in a way where it's comfortable. It just naturally happens. So hopefully that's give people a little bit of a insight into how you can approach health and understand health. For me, what I've been through was the best thing I could have possibly imagined. However, at the time, it was complete hell for big chunks of it. I don't want anyone to think that, what I'm saying, obviously I don't want you to get offended by what I'm saying. I totally understand that when you're in the thick of it, it is not a nice feeling. However, when you come out of it, you'll look back on it on many ways and realise that it is a real blessing. And all that learning and experience that you've gathered through them really difficult times, you can use that for a hell of a lot of good in the world. And your mission, everyone's mission who's reading this, your mission in life is to create a world that's safe and that's loving and that's joyful. Alright guys, well thanks for watching, and we'll speak soon.